Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel, and I will be your host, Timely. So, a new patch just dropped, and it is insanely OP, okay? A lot of things have changed, and I want to talk about it with all of you guys today. So, I want to give like a little guide on this new Duel and Colo meta, okay? I want to tell you guys some monsters, so I guess this is going to be my next, I'm going to say top 6 monsters right now. It's not going to go all the way up to 10, but it's going to be definitely like a top 5, okay? So, first, let's talk about the meta before I start talking about these monsters. So recently, A-Team has implemented a extra health system, so the monster one-shot league is now over, and one-shotting people with attacks is now over. You cannot do that very easily now. So for a mage like myself with starbursts that used to hit very, very hard, a 1 million damage starburst isn't going to do much anymore. It's just going to give enemies Unison. Now always keep that in mind. When you attack your enemies, okay, they are going to get Unison. And if you do not kill them, they're going to retaliate with something very cancerous, and it's going to give you cancer, okay? And you don't want cancer, so be very smart at the very beginning of rounds of who you attack, okay? You always want to have like a mage or a lancer or something to mitigate their ability to gain Unison. That is what this meta has come to. It is, oh, please attack me, please. Please, I need to be attacked so I can get Unison. And then, of course, there's always going to be that one fucking mongoloid that's going to be like, oh, I'm going to attack this guy, meteor rain. Yeah, it doesn't work. Not anymore, okay? You can't just meteor rain at the get-go, okay? But anyways, I digress. So without further ado, let's start talking about these monsters. At number 1, we have Kroyt, the goddess of the brush. Nah, I'm just kidding. Kroyt is no longer number 1, guys. She has had a long and very long terror and tyranny, but she is no longer the strongest. She has been outclassed. There are monsters that hit harder. She no longer one-shots anymore through mana barriers. The only thing she is good for is taking away their Unison. But even after that, the fucking mongoloid teammates just hit your enemies, and then they get Unison anyway because they have 1.5 million health left. So she has fallen very down the tiers. I'm sorry, Kroyt. You're just not what you used to be. So anyway, she is not my number 1. Okay. Well, I don't think I'm gonna have I'm not gonna make this like a top 5 where, you know, number 1 is like the best. I'm just gonna say like they're all good, and like debating on whether which one is the best is still like very debatable. So first we have the new and upgraded version of Archangel Michael, and now we have Floria, okay? Floria, the haste monster. She hits just as hard as a Archangel Michael, but she does it even better, okay? She removes barriers, damage reduction, reflection, continuous healing effects, okay? And then she does 1000 AP and also removes all buffs like Heaven's Breath, okay? Which is insane. She does so much damage. She can do 1 million damage so easily. Those blue mana barriers will be gone if you have the stats. Not only that, she provides all of your allies with dual cast, so now that your barriers are down and all of that good stuff and your blue mana bars are gone, or mana bars as in the extra health, I'm just calling it mana bars because it's a blue and it's a bar and it looks like mana, so they're mana bars to me, okay? So your mana bars are gone. All of the enemies have dual cast on their attacks, and they're just going to freaking go ham, okay? So she is so good at setting up just like, you know, nasty cancer. So, but I wouldn't really like say that she's like number 1 because there's just so many other options out there, okay? So next we have we got our Levitain. I call her Levitain, okay? I don't know. I might be butchering her name, but I don't care. I just don't care. So Levitain is very good. She hits very hard, just like Floria. The only thing she doesn't do is get rid of the damage barriers and the damage reduction and all that good stuff like Floria. But still, she gives you Hero Piercer, okay? Hero Piercer is so good, okay? That is so instrumental to set up one-shots, especially if you want to kill people through their mana, okay? Mana extra health. Not only that, she gives barriers. She gives Piercer and she gives a star elemental field in the top right corner, okay? So not only that you have Hero, you have Piercer, okay? Now you also fucking have a star elemental field that increases your magic attack and attack by an extra 30%. So your attack and magic attack is boosted by 130% and you have Piercer, okay? You're for sure going to one-shot. And not only that, she freaking hits hard, so your mana is already at like half, or it's either at half or it's gone, depending on your enemy stats. So she is so powerful. I see her all the time. She is so cancer. Jesus Christ, she scares me. I mean, I think I'm afraid of her more than I'm afraid of Floria, but they're both very, very scary, in my opinion. Alright, next, we have Verdandi and Urt. Okay, the beer maidens, okay, the beer fest girls. Alright, now, I see them a lot, okay? They have a very powerful heal. And they're very, very good support monsters. Alright, sometimes it's not about doing a massive amount of monster damage. It's not about that anymore. It's about supporting your allies. And Erd and Verdandi really are some of the best monsters for support, especially in Duel and Colo. I can't believe she's like the queen of support now in Duel and Colo. I see her all the time. It's fucking crazy. People are just setting her up and then just changing the tide of battle with her. It happens all the time. So she gives like a damage reflection barrier, and she's kind of like that one chick, the star priority, where she resets everyone's cost to 50. But she gives the player Kishin, which is very important. So not only does she give you max HP, if you get low health from getting attacked, from being focused, then you pop her. She gives you max HP, then you get your Kishin, okay? A perfect monster to throw in retaliation when you're being focused. Then she also fills all of your allies' Unison gauges by 20. So she's just so well built in support, okay? And then last but not least, she sets up an elemental field on the allied corner called Element of Destiny. For 120 seconds, all stats are boosted by 50%, critical hit rate is boosted by 50%, and max HP is boosted by 50%. That is such a freaking powerful buff, okay? It's such a powerful buff. God damn, I cannot talk today. So on top of your Kishin, your critical hit rate is boosted. All your stats are boosted, okay? You're pretty much going to one-shot everything, especially if you're a berserker or an archer or any class that hits hard. Verdandi and Erd is such a good throw, such a great support monster. She's probably the queen of support right now. Floria is the queen of damage. Levitain is the queen of Hero Piercer. It's just freaking crazy. All these monsters are good. They're all just extremely good, but none of them over trump each other. But they're still none of them like outclass each other. They're just all just extremely good. They're all in their S tier. They're all fucking S tier, okay? So I think there's one more monster that I have to talk about. And that is this water monster called Virtuous Nobility. She's like the water monster with horns, okay? So the reason why I think she's good, she doesn't really do a lot of damage or anything like that, but she's very, very good at using Unison block, and she's high cost too. There's probably one other monster that's out right now that's similar to her, but I actually think she is like better in my opinion because she uses Unison block and she gives your character Kishin. Now, status ailments have been creeping up recently. So I honestly think this chick is the queen of Unison block now. It's gonna be like those times back in the good old days when everybody would throw Indra and that Christmas Flora, whatever fucking name was, and they would just go for Unison blocks all day, every day. Well, now we can start doing that again. So what's happening now is archers would put on Diminish, mages would put on Omen, and they would give you status ailment resistance debuffs. And it's very easy to stack because Diminish can be enchanted by archers to have a 50% status ailment resistance debuff, which is a lot. Now, if you put that up at the beginning of each round and some mongoloid decides to attack you, you can retaliate with Virtuous Nobility and just Unison block all of them. You're gonna have Kishin, and now you can attack without being afraid of them throwing Unison. It is very disgusting. So, now, I think I'm going to call them the 4 pillars of cancer. Okay, you have your Floria, getting rid of barriers, damage reduction, hits very hard. Okay, gives everyone dual cast to be on the offensive. Then you have your Levitain, gives you Hero Piercer, and also gives you a Star Elemental field effect on your allied side. Then you got your Erd and Verdandi, the Beer Maidens. Best support monster in the game for Duel and Colo. Gives you Kishin, okay? Gives you an OP field effect, better than the Archangel Ariel. And also gives the user Kishin, which is very dangerous. So overpowered and disgusting. And then last but not least, we have the Virtuous Nobility, the one that has Unison block, that is very great to combo with Omen and Diminish, to Unison block all of your enemies, and also give yourself Kishin. Now there are other monsters that I did not take note, so I'll give a few special mentions to them, because I don't want anyone to be offended that I did not choose their favorite monster and they're going to start crying and gonna be like, well, what about Kroyt and what about Noah and Siegfried? I like Siegfried. Well, don't worry, because Siegfried is still good with his Hero Piercer and giving Unison to others. And even the Poverty Umemi is good because she gives you Kijin and gives you a shit ton of crit buffs and all that good stuff. You can still use Umemi and then set up in a huge wipe that way. So keep in mind that those are the 4 pillars of cancer and destruction and will wreak havoc, and you will have a very bad time when they are being thrown. And they are the model monsters that if there's any other monsters similar to them, they're going to be extremely OP because they're similar to one of the 4 pillars. Alright, I think that's it for me. This has already been 14 minutes. I have to get going now. Peace.